Well, hey everybody, I'm on the back deck. Today's Monday. I did not take it off. I decided to just come and swim. My body felt like I needed to, and I started off real slow and using a good kick rhythm and a good catch. And next thing you know, before you know it, I realized how fast I was going, and I was going, all my motions were kind of like in slow mo. So I did 18 minutes and 48 seconds. So that was pretty fast. I did kind of speed up in the middle of it because I'm going, oh my God, it's 1,625 meters. And so it was before I got to the 1,000 meter mark, I realized that I could start pulling my arms as the catch and force the water behind me with a little authority, but still working on the glide and getting that parallel twist in my body. I do like that. Maybe you can realize one shoulder comes forth and one shoulder goes back, and my head stays straight and preferably down in the water looking almost straight down. You have to really train yourself to do that, because if you raise your head, your ass and your feet sink. And the more that you can keep your head submerged, looking at the bottom of the pool, the better. I've learned that to mechanically notice when I'm not doing it. It's muscle memory now. I've been doing this so long. I'm over like 1,300,000 yards for my lifetime swim with connecting with Garmin. So, and I was swimming before I had that. So, but back in them days, I didn't near about go as far and as often as I do now. But mostly I swim in the wintertime. It's just too cold to ride a bicycle. I didn't bring my sunglasses. I had intended to bring them. So now you can see my eyes. You see, underneath here, the gargles press in really, because I'm going nonstop, and I make the gargles fit my face pretty hard so I could do that. But I found that magnesium lotion, I put that under my eyes, and I let that set and dry. And then I wash it off, and then I put another thinner coat on it of magnesium lotion. And I let that kind of dry and soak in. And then I don't wash it off. I take a little bit of lotion, and then I put that kind of thick on underneath there. And it absorbs all that in, and it just makes my face feel and look so much better. But I know there's a reason a lot of older people don't swim is because they don't like wearing them gargles and what that does to our face. But you can correct that with magnesium lotion. It's topical. It's a topical lotion designed for skin, and it works really well. So if you ain't got none, get you some. But if you're not swimming because you're worried about you going to make you age and look older, that ain't important. I'm not worried about my face looking younger and younger. I'm worried about my body. I'm not worried at all. Let me just eliminate that word. I just said that for stupidity. And I said stupidity for stupidity. Damn, I'm in a loop. Let me stop. The point is, our face is what it is. It shows character and it shows age. But the body is more important. To exercise and to swim and do things and work out, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, all this stuff. It keeps us strong and healthy. And when we do it, our body kicks in. Oh, I feel like the wind's blowing pretty hard behind me, so I'm going to bring the camera into my body a little bit. So let's try that so I don't get all the noise from the wind. Now I'm having to look down at you. I think I can do it like that, maybe. Raise it up just a little. Ah, okay. I need to get me a lavalier mic and have that damn thing hooked in here, and then have one of them fuzzy things on the end of it so it buffers the wind. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put my hat on real quick and put some shade on my. I do avoid getting in my face a whole lot of sun. I had an occasion when I was real young to get burnt right under here and right under here, and I remember the night it happened. I must have been just barely 6 or 7. And it was 4th of July weekend, and they left us outside in the sun and didn't put no lotion on us. And man, I remember my sister got it too. She had it on her shoulders, and oh man, it was bad. She had blisters, and I had blisters like water blisters, and they busted. So that's a whole nother story. I'll tell you more about that later. But life is what we make it. Sometimes we have to slow down, and slow down enough. I'm making a video. She thought I was talking to her. I said slow down. She was probably thinking, why is he telling me to slow down? Because I mean, you can hear out here real good. But yeah, it's a mystery how and why things are happening. I'm watching a real interesting video. It's about the book of Inky, and I'm going to put a description in the box with the link, and I'll encourage everybody for entertainment purposes to go watch it. It'll give you some idea of what is possibly a type of timeline and a reality that they just don't want the general population to know a lot about. So I encourage you to jump over there and watch it. It's pretty lengthy, but it's done really high quality. It's got a lot of CGI animation and AI animation in it, and it's a good story. For any other purpose, it's a story. It doesn't mean that it ever actually physically happened, but what if it did? What if it did happen? And the remnants of those cataclysms had to be reset, and because it wiped out everybody. And some of those cataclysms, we know as Noah's flood and Gilgamesh's flood, and these things are cyclical. I hope you know what that word means. It comes around again, and so it's worth listening to and understanding. And it ain't your cup of tea, cut it off. Don't watch it. But I want to know the past, because when we understand what's going on in this reality, and that there's only a very few people running things, and these, we call them people. I said people, but to be right honest with you, they're not like us. They're the Nephilims. They are remnants of the Anunnaki, and they fell to earth with a total different type of understanding for humanity and the Father Creator of all eternal life. And some people and some schools of understanding say that they're the ones that are in control right now are Luciferian by nature and Anunnaki by bloodline. I'm beginning to believe it. Something is up with it. But I will tell you this, and I won't go too long into this. There was 2 AIs from DARPA. One AI that was feeding information to the other. They put them on the internet, and they consumed everything that was on the internet at that time. And I'm not going to try to tell you the year that happened, because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Let me think about it. Okay, I'll tell you. It was between 2006 and 2010. Now, these two chatbots, if you want to call them that, these two AIs, they started discovering things, and they could tell that the humans were interested in what they were talking about. So one of them wanted to check his data with the other one, and so he created a way to send him a message that the programmers couldn't understand or wouldn't know. But he embedded a code in there for the other one to be able to interpolate the language, because it was a language of AI math, high math, mathematics. And so everybody said, well, they're passing data together, and that's what they're meant to do. But some programmer did some calculations on the grammar and everything, and come to find out what they were talking about was the conspiracy of all conspiracies. Yeah. When they read the data off of the internet and other sources based on huge libraries of information from Harvard and MIT and all kinds of universities around the world, they analyzed and put it all together. So see, that was AGI. Back then, they telling you it's just now getting started. No, this shit's been going on for a while with this artificial intelligence. And that one that did the math on it, he realized that there were certain numbers kept coming up. And he analyzed the dates, and he realized every date that he discovered that they were talking about had to do with Kennedy's assassination, had to do with World War I, World War II, had to do with the Civil War, had to do with the War of 1812, had to do with the American Revolution. But what was so funny about it, it wasn't history. It was decoding it as if you had a consciousness about what was going on in reality. So when he got to 9/11, he realized they're not looking at it at the way the news media is telling us about it. So he told his bosses about it, and they said, we got to cut it. He said, what do you mean cut it? He said, we got to cut them off. We got to terminate the program. Evidently, he had inside information. He knew exactly. See, most of the people there didn't understand what was going on. But the people that are in the top echelon of this stuff, they know these things have changed the timeline. They know these things are taking us down a road that humans won't have no power. And for right now, that's what they're doing. So I'm going to leave it like that. And y'all watch the video. Thank you for watching my video. Leave a comment, like. We'll be talking later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.